So here's a good starter leg day workout for everybody. I myself am not up to training capacity. It's been a few months, a couple years in fact, since I've been able to train properly, just because I've had digestive issues and different health issues there. So really today is all about just getting that first 10-minute walk in. I usually get one while I'm at the gym. It helps make sure I get my 3 throughout the day, and even though I find it better to do it outside in the sunlight and everything, if you do 10-minute walks outside, you might notice that sometimes you do dawdle or you're not as fast, where the treadmill does keep you accountable. It sets the pace for you and you just got to keep up with it. When I am doing the treadmill, I usually don't go any faster than 3.5 miles an hour, as well as no steeper than a 3% incline. It's just enough to get my heart rate up. We're not trying to PR or do anything crazy, just getting ready for the workout. And then what you'll see right here is how I write my workouts out. Probably can't read my handwriting, but it's the name of the exercise. Then each X represents each set. And then I choose the weight of each exercise whenever for the left side of the X, and then the number of reps per set, what I get on the right side. So as we're jumping into this, as you can see, I wrote my workout and my warm-ups and everything. So first things first, we're going into the ankle stretch workout. Ankle stretch exercise here. Check out that calf vein. That is incredible. All I'm trying to do is stretch my ankles out, alternating each side. What I'm doing here, just getting a good stretch. You can do it in a doorway or the machine like I've got here. You can do one at a time or both whenever you put your feet to the side. It's good ankle stretch. Then I call these making circles with your ankles, keeping your toe on the floor. Just a good way to help get the fluids flowing and make sure your ankles are nice and loose. As time goes on, you'll be able to squat better, and it just helps you out all around overall. What you'll see next is now I'm getting my hips and my knees warmed up with the kettlebell swing, a good way to help get in a good squat stance, trying to keep my knees behind my toes for a good powerlifting squat posture. Not the best, but it's something I'm working on. As time goes on, I'll get better, and that's the main goal I've got set out here, is just to establish a routine and then continue to be consistent with it as to the best of my ability. And as time goes on, mobility will be better, training capacity will be up, the central nervous system will recover much quicker and more efficiently, and I'll be able to have more intense workouts, which will in turn make me bigger and stronger and get me the results I'm wanting. I just got to take the time at this point and do the hard stuff. Next thing you'll see, here's my first main exercise, compound exercise. You've got a leg press here. I start off with my back flat against the seat, butt flat in the seat, just like that, and then you have my feet. I try to keep in a pretty neutral position. The feet are as wide as you can be on the pad, just to help my hips a little bit. My hips are tight, but I didn't put them any higher than this to try to keep everything as normal as possible as far as hitting all different muscle groups and stuff. If I had my feet higher, I could emphasize the hamstrings. If I placed them lower on the pad or on the where I've got my feet pressing against here, I could have done more quad emphasis. But I'm just trying to start working out again, stimulate some muscle growth. Last couple things I'll add here as well. If you'll notice, I'm letting the weight all the way down, but almost touching, but not quite, trying to keep that constant tension on everything. If I let the weight all the way down, it'd take tension off between reps. You want to get the most out of each exercise, each set, so you want to do that, as well as I don't lock my knees out. Once again, it's a tension thing. I don't want to put all the tension on my joints and risk hurting myself. I want to keep everything on my quads, my hips, and my muscles, to make sure that I'm stimulating the muscles, not the joints. You're not wanting to do that. So as you can see right here, I've got a good 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps here, just trying to get back into it, stimulate muscle growth, nothing crazy. One thing I guess I will add here is each machine is different, so you're going to have some that you're going to be able to move hundreds of pounds no problem with, and you're going to have some like this one you're not able to hardly move anything with it. I've had instances where I've gotten on a leg sled and leg pressed almost 1,000 pounds, for at least a couple 3 reps, just to see if I could do it, and it wasn't a terrible thing. Whereas you can see right here, it's really rough on me just to get about 200 pounds in on this, but to each their own. It's just a difference in machine. So moving on from this one, we've got ourselves the single leg extension. I'm trying to give you new things and trying to give you ideas to get a little creative. What I'm doing here specifically is going one leg at a time. The reason I'm going one leg at a time here is just simply because you always will have a leg you favor. You're always going to have a stronger leg. This helps make sure you're evening everything out and you're not having any crazy imbalances. And as you can tell, it's been a while. I'm pretty miserable. It's sucking, but I'm getting through it. Another thing I want to point out here is I'm letting the weight down easy with at least a little bit of emphasis on control. I know I'm kicking up pretty hard, but the form will get more controlled, more a little bit slower on the tempo. This is just to make sure I'm activating the muscles here. Oh, the faces I'm making. And as you can see as I'm walking around, you can tell I'm hurting. I'm feeling it here. But getting through it. And of course, you're going to want to go about half or a little less than half on your weight here to make sure that you are not overloading the weight as you're trying to go one leg at a time, or if you're doing an exercise, one arm, one side at a time for that matter. Just really put a little bit more emphasis on the form. But taking the time to do these every once in a while will definitely get you stronger and help you progress further. Next one here is a lying leg curl, but as you can see, I've got my chest in an upright position, so I would call this an upright lying leg curl. Two reasons I'm doing this is, one, I've noticed I feel a little bit better stimulation and able to activate my hamstrings better, and also I'm trying to keep my hips pressed into the pad here. My hips and my butt do come up a little bit. Keeping my chest up does prevent that and help me prevent that. You don't want to have your hips come up off the pad at all if you can keep from it, because the more you do this, I don't know if you can notice or not, it's putting all the strain into my back and taking out my hamstrings by doing that. So you want to minimize that to the best of your abilities. For this one, it's just another 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. I think I even get 12 reps on the last set just to really squeeze the rest of it out. Not a lot of weight here, really emphasizing my form, not trying to move mountains or go crazy on the weight yet. There will come a time for that, it's just not now. I want to also bring up for the leg extensions, another 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. Nothing crazy, just trying to stick with that. Last but not least here, you've got the single dumbbell calf raise, and what you're gonna find out here is I take a 50 and then I take a 30, and I realize that I'm cramping so bad I can't use either of them, so I just go and do body weight. The main thing I want to emphasize here with the calf raises, I need to slow them down, yes, be a little bit more intentional with each phase of it, but main thing I want you to show you here is look at them calf muscles and how defined they are despite how small they are. No, I'm kidding. I mean, that's nice, but what I'm doing here is what I've heard and referred to as a double pump. You may not be able to see it as well, but I'm trying to emphasize a deliberate stop halfway through the rep, and then squeezing at the top after I make that stop for a split second. Like I said, it'll be more deliberate, more controlled as time goes on. But I don't even know the science behind it or how to describe it, but I've done it that way probably since 2017, 2018, and have noticed amazing results with it. Amazing calf growth, amazing calf development, and just calf strength as well. So I always encourage people to do it that way. And once again, just another 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. Not trying to do anything crazy here, just trying to, once again, walk in, stimulate muscle growth, activate those muscles, get a good workout in, get a good feel, go home, rest, and recover. And that, my friends, is the workout. I'm gonna go take a walk. I'm gonna need it. Pro tip, if you're doing legs and don't want to be super sore the next day, go on like a 10, 20, 30-minute walk. I was at like 3 and 3.3 and 3.5 on the first walk. This next one I'm probably gonna start off at 2, 2.5, and work my way up to probably 3 and no faster. I'm just trying to get the blood circulating in my legs, flushing out some of that lactic acid. It'll help me be able to walk later throughout the week. But I just want to throw that out there, and it's as simple as that. That being said, talk to you later. Love you, bye.